Hello there, this is 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄 and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt 8. And I say talking because today, the new update has already released. And of course with it comes the new features that were announced, and yeah, we're gonna check them out and I'm gonna give you my thoughts because, oh boy, do I have some thoughts to give. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe, it helps the channel, it keeps me going, it's free, so why not? Do it for 𝐔𝐏𝐃. Like and subscribe. But alright, let's get into the topic. When you open the game, this is actually the first screen that you see. This is the main one. And yeah, it's a nice little graphic over here showing you the two new vehicles, the Lexus Lexus Electrified Sport Concept, I think that's the full name, and the 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄 33 in some location that doesn't seem to be actually part of the game. But anyway, no, but after that, you actually get greeted by the pop-up of what's new in the version, which is going to be this right here. And Trick or Treat in general, you know, I already talked about this whole thing is going to be similar to the Trick or Treat that we got last year in terms of the mechanics, in terms of the reward. I keep saying don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up, you're going to be disappointed, probably. Hopefully not, but anyway. We also got the Global Blitz, which again is just a reskin of this same event, just with turkeys apparently, so yep, not much to say about that. Then we get the information about the instant upgrade. Tired of tapping upgrade after upgrade? Instant upgrade does it all at once. Watch for exclusive limited time discounts. Enjoy the ride. Upgrading your cars has never been this easy. And well, there it is. Then we got also the ad-free situation. Ad-free time is here. Enjoy your game without interruption. Stay fully immersed while you play. Earn extra ad-free time through in-app purchases bonus or in-app purchase bonuses. And then we got information about the new cars, the Lexus Electrified Sport Concept, and the 𝐔𝐿𝐴 33. So I'm not gonna even read that because hey, it's filler text. Let's get into the actual meat of this update. So let's check the upgrade. What is it called? The instant upgrade. And for that I have my Jaguar F-Type R, my Class D car. I don't have it upgraded at all. It's it's literally at stock. Not a single upgrade applied. And obviously I have my button over here for the ultimate upgrade because I have a bunch of those, but no. We're focusing on this one, the instant upgrade, and here it is. You have two buttons in order to upgrade this thing. You can upgrade it for the cost of vouchers or straight up for fusion coins. Now, here's the thing where you need to pay a tiny bit of attention because it has some plus and some negatives when you use this thing. I already tried this for a different car, but again, I'm gonna show you over here. We got that if you were to upgrade this car, it's gonna cost you 75,000 fusion coins per upgrade. And you know that this you need to upgrade 10 times, so that means it would be 750,000 fusion coins in order to upgrade the tires. Now that multiplied by 4 because you also gotta do suspension, drivetrain, and exhaust, that means that you're gonna spending a grand total of 3 million in order to upgrade this car. But if you notice over here, the price is actually higher. You're gonna look, oh, wait, that's a terrible deal. What's up with that? Well, to some degrees you could say that, but there's also something else to keep into account when it comes to this. When you use this button over here, it's no longer going to require any parts to upgrade. Now, obviously, depending on the car, depending on a bunch of different things, in the first upgrades of a car, it may not require anything. It just requires you to spend some fusion coins and then you're fine. No biggie over there. However, once you get to a certain level, it starts asking for parts and for kits. And that is where upgrading can become a little bit more troublesome. Because for example, I do have a bunch of parts as you can see over here, but I don't have a single kit for the Jaguar. So I'll be like, oh man, I need to convert a lot of kits now in order to do this. It's gonna take a while, all the conversion, spend my credits and whatnot and all of that stuff. Well, that is where this button helps. Because by pressing this, you are gonna straight up upgrade this thing, skipping the need of any kits, any wildcards, and any parts. That's right, you can just spend, obviously the price went down because I did apply a bunch of upgrades manually, but yeah, I can just press it and it hurts me a little bit because I didn't want to upgrade this car, but whatever. You just press it and voila, your car is upgraded and you did not spend a single part or kit. Even before I go into the inventory, I checked and I have 585 wildcards and 224 parts of a bunch of things. And I still have 585 and 224 as I said. Well, I had less of this, but that was normal. So as you can see, this did not spend any of my parts, any of my kits, any of my wildcards. And not that they're valuable. If you have a ton of them, well, you might as well convert them. But what I'm saying is for people who happen to have more fusion coins than parts and kits and wildcards and all of that stuff, then this could be interesting. Now, obviously the price, let's call it the tax to upgrade, well, it's quite considerable. Let me go for a Class S card that I don't have upgraded, which is the DS Anniversary that I recently got. And yeah, let's have a look at this thing. And here we can see more clearly what I was saying about the quote-unquote tax. Because each one of these upgrades is going to cost me 250,000 times 10. It's going to be obviously 2.5 million times 4 is going to be 10 million. This card, like Class S cards in general, cost is 10 million. But if I want to upgrade all the way, it's going to cost me 12.1 million. So there is definitely like a 20% tax in order to do it. Whether or not you think that is worth it, well, it really depends on your own personal situation. Like I said, there's gonna be somebody who is like, oh, well, I have gotten a bunch of fusion coins, but man, I don't want to spend I don't know how many days converting the kits and all of that. Whatever, I'd rather just spend it. And for that, well, there's this option. Now, I don't think this is for everybody, obviously, because you need to have 12 million in your pocket in order to do. And I know that a lot of people are going like, oh, in a couple of days I'll have enough to do one more upgrade, you know, instead of, hey, I happen to have all of this laying around. Now, this for me, that I have a ton of currency because of many reasons, well, this could have some value, though personally, it's not worth it, because I also want to use my direct upgrades, and upon using this instant upgrade, well, it doesn't use any direct upgrades, so then, well, I need to use this at some point, you know? So yeah, for me, this doesn't necessarily have a lot of value, but I'm in a very privileged position when it comes to this, so my experience is not at all your own. So yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit how this works. And again, it's gonna be more expensive to upgrade, but you're gonna completely skip the need of parts, of kits, of wildcards. So just keep that in mind. Whether or not you think it's worth it, it's up to you. Just keep also in mind that if you have any direct upgrades that you were thinking of using, those don't get used for better or worse. But yeah, that is the upgrade, the instant upgrade. I think it's an interesting new option. And again, I understand why it's more expensive to upgrade that way, but you know, maybe it'll be good for some people. And I bet a lot of other people are gonna be like, man, I don't have 12 million to upgrade this thing, so I'll just do it the good old slow way. Now, let me talk about this other topic of the ad-free situation, because that is where I do want to give you some thoughts. And well, I am not impressed, I'll tell you that. So if you go to the shop, you're gonna find the very first tab being the ad-free time. Ad-free time top up with every purchase. And ignore this for a second, I'll show you why I have that. But yeah, so basically the way that this works is, if you have those annoying pop-up ads, you know, in between races, when you check a leaderboard, when you exit the shop and whatnot, or the garage, I think, whatever, you can just watch 2 ads over here in a row, full ads, and that's gonna give you 15 minutes of ad-free. Now, I've seen some people saying like, oh my god, that is so dumb, I need to watch ads in order to not have ads. Yes, but at the same time, you know, I think it's kind of decent to watch 2 ads that is gonna take you about a minute and some, and then have 15 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay and just chill that way. And then I don't know if you can come back after you watch these 2. I wonder, after the 15 minutes pass, can I watch another 2 and get another 15 minutes? You'll have to let me know, because unfortunately I don't have this available at the moment, because there's no ads on Windows. I'll get to talk about that in a second, but anyway. So that's the basic, and that's how I thought, kind of how I thought that was gonna work. I mean, I didn't know that it was gonna be 15 minutes, but it's fine. Now here's the part where it starts to be like, wait, what? Because you can also get ad-free periods for longer at a price of money. Now, obviously, this is my local currency. This is not 17 US dollars. This is actually just $1 US. But if you spend $1 US over here, you get 24 hours of ad-free time. Oh my god, I'm so excited. No. What? You're telling me that now I, as a quote-unquote, let's say that I'm a free-to-play player, well, I would no longer be, because if I want to play without ads, I need to pay $1? So you're telling me that I need to be, on a daily basis, I need to spend $1 in order to not be bothered by ads? What? Okay, now there's also the option to spend, what is this, like $4 or $5? And you can get 7 days ad-free, or you can just go for twice as much and then get a full month without it. And this is why I am very confused, because you're already paying money. But I don't know if you guys remember, this has been a thing. This is a screenshot that I got. By the way, shoutouts to 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄 and Phoenix on my Discord server, the House of Rooms, because they provided me with this screenshot. But you see that I put an arrow over there. What does it say right there? Make your first purchase and remove ads. And just for good measure, here's another one. Make your first purchase and remove ads. This has been a thing in the game for the longest time, where any purchase that you make removes these ads permanently. I'm talking about the pop-up ads. I'm not talking about the ads that you voluntarily watch to get more fusion coins, to get more credits, to get the multipliers. No. I'm talking about the pop-up ads. Any purchase that you would make into the game would remove them. And in fact, this message that I'm showing you, it's still in the game. It's still there. So what is it, GameLoft? If I make a purchase, do I get rid of those ads like it always has been? Or do I make a purchase and get rid of ads for 24 hours? What are they talking about? This is the part that has gotten I'm scratching my head over here like, which one is true? I think, once again showing you the screenshot, I think this one, it's no longer gonna be the case. I think GameLoft is moving away, very sadly, moving away from having this option. And this is something that I have praised about this game for the longest time. Yeah, there are pop-up ads. Yeah, they're annoying. But guess what? You can get rid of them by paying $1 in whatever you wanted to buy in the game or whatever. Any purchase would remove these ads permanently. And I didn't think that was a bad thing. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Just buy whatever, buy a small little thing, and you get rid of those ads. That's no big deal. But no, now they're moving away from this and making it into, no. Actually, you need to make a small purchase to get rid of ads for a day. That's it, for a day. Haha. You want tomorrow to not have ads, you have to pay again. And that is what is starting to really irk me. Now, I did say that, as you can see over here, I have basically 60 days without ads. Why? I don't know exactly. Basically, when I opened the game, I got this pop-up over here, and it says, congratulations, you have received 60 days of ad-free. Thank you for your support, Asphalt, and enjoy the race. And you can see that I got 2 × 2 question marks. Automatically extend ad-free time after acquisition. So I was given this, and not only me, I saw other players reporting that they got this same thing as well, so that is why technically I have 2 months. I don't know, maybe this is like for players who have been premium in the game. This is like, hey, yeah, thank you. So here you go. Here's your introductory ad-free period. But what concerns me is what happens after that. Because I've spent a lot of money in this game over the years. And now you're telling me that even though I've spent all of this money, I'm still gonna get those ads? Really? And I know that some of you might be having trouble relating to DBT in this situation, being like, oh, well, I mean, I haven't spent that much money, so what do I care? I always get these ads. But this is for the people who, like me, have spent money over the years. So you're telling me that for over, I don't know, 4 or 5 years that I've spent money in this game, all I get is 2 months of no ad? That's it? Seriously, GameLoft? This is how you repay someone who has been giving you money for years, spend $150 a bunch of times in the dumb treasure rushes and all of that, and you're like, oh yeah, well, thank you for that, but here's 2 months of courtesy. And after that, you're gonna suffer again. You need to purchase more things in order to not get ads. This is what is actually annoying me, and I imagine it's gonna annoy other people too. Now, I'm gonna pause in this rant because there's something I haven't talked about. The fact that while you have to spend money over here directly to to not get the ads, you can also, this is the direct purchase to not get ads, but it's not the only way, because as it says over here, it's a top-up. And over here they show you that depending on how much money you spend in the game, not specifically in here, at least this is what I'm understanding from it, not this right here, but any purchase that you make in the game, let's say that I go ahead and buy this thing because I want this outfit so much, or this card that is insanely rare, okay? Let's say that I want to buy it and I spend 269 of my local currency. Well, by having purchased that 269, I think that would put me, oh no, that's, wait, what? How does that work? Wait, is this on USD, or is this in my local currency? I think this is USD. I don't think that would make sense in my currency, because spending one of my local currency, 1 peso, it's absurd. No, I think they meant this in USD. But all right, so the purchase that I was talking about, the car, it's what, like $10? A little, like, let's say $15, right? So by spending $15 approximately, I would get 30 days, 30-day ad-free. But it says times 3. Does that mean that by spending $15, I get 3 months with no ads? Look, it's not a terrible deal. I don't think it is. And you can see over here, that's why there's this whole table of, hey, you can blah, blah, blah. Now, it does seem kind of silly that you get basically the same whether you spend $17 or $18 than if you spend $100, you still get the same thing, but hey. So yeah, it just seems that just by doing regular purchases in the game, you're gonna get the ad-free time. So again, it kind of hurts me a little bit. It offends me a little bit. Again, the fact that Gameloft is no longer happy with me having spent all of this money through all of these years, and they're like, nope, well, now you're gonna be treated again like a free-to-play player. And by the way, I don't say that in a despective way, right? You know, you guys, the free-to-play players, that I don't have anything against you. I've always said, more power to you if you're not giving money to the game, but you have to suffer, obviously, through the ads. So I'm not saying it in a bad way. But what I mean to say is that being a player or a payer that has spent money in this game for so many years, and then suddenly Gameloft is like, well, yeah, but let's forget about all of that. You're gonna get ads again. That's when I'm like, are you serious about this, Gameloft? Are you serious? So I don't know. Why don't you let me know in the comments what you think about this? And I will ask you to please first clarify what type of player are you. For example, let's say I am a free-to-play player and this change seems good to me because whatever, right? Or I am a pay-to-win player, or I spend, if you don't want to tell me how much you spend, it's fine, but just, I'm a mid-spender in the game and I find the system this way. Maybe for you it's not a problem because you're constantly buying in the game and you spend, I don't know, $10 a month in the game and you're gonna get a lot of months of no ads. So maybe to you this is like, this is no big deal because it makes no difference. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys think in general. Again, it's important to give me a bit of context as to say, yeah, I do spend in the money and I find this annoying, or I spend money in the game and I think this is fine because it's not gonna affect me anyway, or I'm a free-to-play player and now I'm willing to spend money in the game because I don't know, whatever it is, tell me in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think because this is feedback that I would like to provide to Gameloft, because my personal feedback, like I said, I feel offended by this, but it might be just my own situation because even though I have spent a lot of money in the game nowadays, I don't really need to spend money in the game anymore because I'm in such a privileged position of having so many cars and this and blah, 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 that I don't really need to spend. But again, it's a very specific DBT position and I understand that not everybody's like me. So maybe I'm just exaggerating over here and you're thinking, yeah, this is not too bad. Let me know what you think about that. Now, one last thing that I wanted to talk about, and by the way, once again, shout outs to Taha and Phoenix for providing me those screenshots that I was using early. Thank you guys. You helped me over here quite a bit in order to show this. But anyway, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the situation with this cup, the Mooncake Cup. What the just happened with this? This cup, we had it already running like two weeks ago, and I even forgot to participate in it. In a previous video, I showed you that I did not participate, and you're like, whatever. I don't know why this cup was activated again, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna participate this time around. So I did, and I got 4%, surprisingly enough, without boosters, because I was just like, whatever, let's see what happens. And yeah, I got into 4%, so that's kind of dope. I think I might still activate boosters to guarantee that I stay within the 5% and get my 5 direct upgrades, but yeah, here is again your opportunity to go over there. This is the one where you can apparently get the Starato over here. Again, I don't see it, and real quick, something I forgot to mention. For some reason, my beginner account is no longer working. I don't know. I play it through BlueStacks and the game is no longer launching, so I need to troubleshoot. So that's why I cannot show you exactly what it is, but whatever. So yeah, the cup is again active, and well, you can see still there are a bunch of cheaters that get these stamps with Class D cars. So obviously, now I did see people, wondering why is this game validating, or rather, this cup validating for so long. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. But I do wonder, and this is information that unfortunately we don't have. We all see the cheaters in the leaderboard and we're like, oh my god, they're gonna get the car. But I don't know if Gameloft does anything in that validating process to actually remove impossible times and people who are flagged as, I don't know, as doing something fishy. I really don't know. Again, not that I want to know from cheaters, but it is a question that I do legit have. Does a cheater actually get the top reward, or after the validation, all of those times of 50 seconds in a track that would take you 60 actually get removed because they're obviously cheated times in some way or another. So I don't know. It's a bit of a question I have. But anyway, you have again the opportunity to participate in this cup like I did. And yeah, at least this time I will be getting something. I wanted also to talk about the racing pass, but once again, unfortunately, I cannot show it to you because I already own the vehicle, so I don't know what are the vehicles offered this time around. And my beginner account is not working for some odd reason, so I cannot show this to you just yet. I need to figure out what's going on with that other account, specifically with the app on BlueStacks, because again, it's where it wasn't working. I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah. And the very last thing that I wanted to mention, I did say earlier, we have no ads on Windows for some reason. I not only do I not have the buttons over here in order to watch my ads for Fusion coins and credits and whatnot, it's not that they got removed, it's just that there's no ads currently. The buttons aren't working, and I do imagine this is a bug. So for the time being, well, I mean, happy times, right? Because I got no ads, so they shouldn't be bothering me. But yeah, I don't know. Can you imagine? I just thought of something. It's probably not it, but can you imagine that on having 60 days of no ads, they forgot that there are some ads that you do want to watch in order to get stuff? Wouldn't that be hilarious? But anyway, let me know what you think about this whole thing. Again, it's just summarizing the upgrade situation, the upgrade, instant upgrade. I think it's an interesting one despite the higher price, but again, it saves you a bunch of bother on getting all the parts. So hey, maybe that's worth for some people. As far as the ad-free mode, for free-to-play players, I think it's decent to have the 15 minutes without ads, so that's nice. For the rest of it, I already gave you my rant about it, so who knows. And when it comes to the Mooncake Cup, well, happy days. If you didn't participate, then go ahead. And if you did participate, well, I'm sorry, you probably didn't get anything from the last run, but you're gonna have to do it again, and hopefully you get again a good time. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Once again, if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. There's no key phrase today. I'm just really interested on hearing what you guys have to say about the ad-free mode. What are your thoughts? What type of player are you? And what you think about it? But that's all. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Bye-bye.